Ahoy, salty dogs. My name is Lenscap. Welcome back to Planetfall. This is my modded Space Engineers playthrough. Today we're on episode number 8. I am on top of the drilling platform. Well, I'm on part of it that we worked on in the previous video. My guns are going wild at the zombies that are constantly attacking, and I couldn't be happier about it, honestly. This is really a lot of fun. I'm having so much fun with this playthrough right now. This drill rig is almost ready to go. Let's do a quick tour because it's changed a little bit, not significantly, but a little bit since you guys saw it in the previous episode. Pretty much I just kind of cleaned it up and decorated some stuff. So I added like a support structure around the outside. We've got a spotlight with a big red button, and this is our go button, so that triggers the drill. We are not ready to do that, however. Okay, what else have we got? Support structures. Mostly it's just support structures. I've kind of routed some pipes. Over here, I installed some hydrogen processing stuff. This is basically only here because I needed to charge the batteries on the station, and I didn't really want to do anything between videos. Other than like decorative touches and crap like that. I did plunge the drills once, just to kind of figure out what this hole was gonna look like, and so I could build this kind of concrete patio around it, I guess. From that, we got a ton of ice, which I have converted at least some of it into power in our batteries. So you can see our batteries are nearly full. And if I can find an access, here, we'll just do this. This large industrial cargo container is completely full of ice. Okay, so we've got a bunch of ice left, so that's pretty fantastic. We could turn on the generator and start filling up that tank if we wanted to. Yeah, though, all in all, I'm pretty pleased with this drilling platform. Before we can turn it on, though, and actually start drilling, we're gonna have to get some components over here, or at least the raw materials to make those components. The way this platform works is it has to print basically this wall that's behind it as it digs deeper and deeper and deeper. And I realize that's a lot of materials that are completely unnecessary. Like, realistically, all we really need is the conveyor tube that runs down the middle. But you know me, go big or go home. So we've got to get enough components to print at least one iteration of this wall before we can start it up. And by then, we'll probably be deep enough to get the stone we need to produce the components locally to make everything else. I've got Izzy's inventory manager set up on the drilling platform, and I also have it set up on the man cave right here. Whoa, juked him. And I would like to kind of connect those to each other. And I think the best way for us to do this is we'll actually connect all of our bases via conveyor tubes. Wait a minute. Where's my... There it is. I think we'll connect all the bases via conveyor tubes. And what we'll do is maybe like off of this block or something, we'll build a connector. And then a connector over there, and just run conveyor tubes that we can toggle the connectors on and off. You can also set a connector to ignore cargo sorting, which I think would be a good idea. That way we're not kind of stealing from ourselves. It sounds like a lot of really boring placing blocks and welding blocks and running back and forth, though. And I just did that in the last video for that giant drill project we did. I think today I want to do something a little bit smaller. Maybe we'll work on a smaller project involving unknown signals. Speak of the devil, an unknown signal appears. So it's about 2 kilometers away, which is not an immeasurable distance. That's not too unreasonable for us to get to it. But I don't currently have any vehicles right now. Like, the only truck I have is the Hastaloot over there, and it has to stay parked where it is for now because that's the only way for me to go get magnesium. If I want cobalt or anything like that, I have to either run on foot, which I'm not doing, or make a new vehicle. The same with retrieving these unknown signals that are far away. So let's build something. Let's make a little retrieval ship. Maybe like a drone, right, that we can remote control and go snatch unknown signals when they land. We'll just fly it over there, pick up the signals, and bring it back. Instead of having to run out to them, we'll bring them to us. I've got this idea in mind for, I think for what I want. I want to start relatively high so I have enough room to work around it. I'm thinking, I've got an idea of like a mental image in my head of a dragonfly that can pick up the unknown signals with its legs, kind of underneath it. I think that would be cool. I'm not quite sure I'm gonna pull it off yet, but it's there. The idea is there. We'll find out how it's gonna work out. Very simple, right? I've got a remote control block and 2 gyroscopes that kind of make eyes. There's a little camera underneath on a hinge so I can move it up and down if I need to adjust the direction of the camera. We're going to build the body off of this connector. That way we have some way to dock it up when we're finished. I'll have to build a dock that has a connector pointing downward, but I'm not worried about that just yet. We need some way to do legs and wings and a long tail coming out the back. I'm not sure what the tail is going to be for yet. I haven't quite decided on that, but we'll come up with something interesting. I have made a monster. This is a crazy pile of hinges and rotors, and it's going to be the coolest looking dragonfly ship I've ever seen. I can't wait. I think I've got proof of concept, though, so I think this will work. I just gotta weld some of these pieces up so we can maybe take it for a spin. I still need some thrusters in a couple directions, but it's a good concept, I think. It's gonna be super articulated, so it'll have like a landing mode, kind of where everything's flattened, and then it'll have a like flight mode where it like puffs out, and I think it'll be really cool. So I got all, most of the blocks welded up, and I posed the movable parts. Oh man, this thing looks awesome. This is so cool. I'm only gonna go with 4 legs instead of 6 just because of the size of it. I mean, it's only gonna carry, unknown signals, so it doesn't have to be crazy huge, but yeah, this thing looks wild. I can't wait to see it flying. Hopefully, it will fly smoothly. I've still got to put wings on it. I have an idea for the wings. I'm going to put thrusters on the end of these legs. I may have to find a script that lets me do some kind of subgrid control thing, because there's... yeah, because that's going to be important. I got to be able to fly it, I guess. I wish I had been recording. I got this all welded up, and when I put in the thrusters, these two like freaked out and launched, you know, so I gotta fix the alignment on those. I was gonna have to adjust it anyway. I didn't do any of the math actually to make sure that everything's like equidistant and stuff. So I got a little bit of trigonometry to do to figure out rotational angles and crap like that. It's easy math. It's really easy math, but I gotta get it done. I also need to do a test flight. I'll probably make a save, turn the thrusters on, cut it loose, and see if I can just fly it from here. If I can't, I'll go find a script, maybe, and fly it from that. It needs a paint job as well, but it's looking cool, man. The wings I'll probably do once it's down on the ground a little bit better. It's hard to reach them from here. Yeah, I think this is awesome. I think we're ready to test it out. So, what do? Let's save the game first, because I'm totally gonna save scum if this goes awry. I have no problem with that. Okay, first let's turn the thrusters on, because I have them off right now. Should be all of these, we'll just turn them on. Oh yeah, I was kind of afraid of that. I have no idea why that happened. Okay, but let's... What the heck? Why is it doing this? Why is it acting in this way? I have no idea. Okay, let's remote access. Small grid not available. Why? Oh, because my antenna's off. Okay, remote access. Why, what? Hold on. What? Oh, look at that. An unknown signal just in time, right as we have finished the Dragonfly. Well, not finished, but I'm ready for a test flight. I've got everything set up. We just need to take control and send ourselves up to that unknown signal. It is 4 kilometers away. That's a little bit far. Let's see if we can control it from here. What is the range of the Bulldog's antenna? 300 meters. All right, let's set this for 10 kilometers for now. This could be dangerous since we do have reavers. Okay, so what do we do? Okay, let's do remote access. We need to find the Dragonfly, which I don't see that in my command list. Small grid 3, is it this? Okay, yes it is that. Well, that's weird. I don't know why it's not called the name that it's supposed to be called, but that's fine. We'll take control of it. 5 turns on dampeners, apparently. Supposedly. What's going on here? Are my thrusters off, maybe? I did turn them all off. There we go. Okay. Oh, we're using all of our power. We're using too much power. Okay, so we need more power. Got it. There have been several changes to the Dragonfly since the last clip. As you can see, I added a bigger battery. The battery appears to be out of power, though, so that's a real problem. This thing chews through power on it far faster than I can give it power, so I'm a little bit concerned. Let's try and control it. It can fly, kind of. Kind of. It's really hard to control. I just think it's the wonky thrusters. There's no... Okay, I mean, it's spinning now, but... we don't really have lateral thrusters, I think, is maybe part of it. And now we're upside down. I don't know. Back to the drawing board, I think, on this one a little bit. Dragonfly Take 2. I think I've got everything laid out the way I want it to. It's a little hard to tell what's going on here. Just because everything's still scaffolding, everything's still wireframe. But it's the same general design. It's just all on mostly one grid with a tail and legs, instead of it being this multi-grid nightmare that it was before. I hope this will work better. I guess we'll see. We're about to find out, though, and so I'm gonna get welding. The Dragonfly version 2 is complete. The batteries are fully charged. I painted its eyeballs green. That's probably not gonna stay. That was just funny. It's waving at us right now because this hinge is clanging for some reason, but it's great. It's good. I've got holographic wings. We're ready to go. Okay, so let's let's, what should we do first? Let's set this battery to auto. And then cut it loose. Oh, it fell forward. Okay. Not the greatest thing. Let's see. Can we stand it up? What if I... Can I... Does this do anything? If I jump into it? Nope. I could probably increase the torque. There we go. That does it. There we go. That'll get it standing up. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, I just realized that I forgot to set up the toolbars. So I am going to set those up. And then we'll try and fly it. Okay. Now... Here we go. So, batteries on auto. All batteries are on. Turn on the thrusters. Okay, it moved. Let's turn the dampers off for now. That's interesting. Is it my controller? Okay, it's me doing that. Let's switch to camera view. Okay. We're flying. We're flying. We can go up. Oh! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! It's not very fast. It's a little bit squirrely. Look at our shadow! Yeah, we're in the air, ladies and gents. We are flying high. Oh, this is great. We can fly over here. I don't know what our range is. Oh, apparently it's that. Uh-oh. Don't die. Oh, good. The dampeners are on. Okay, we need to sit somewhere with bigger range so we can actually take advantage. Oh, no. Don't crash. No, stop! No! Oh, dang it. Well, I think everything's okay, though. I don't think anything broke. Okay. Whew! Ah, that had me nervous. Alright, we can fly! We can fly! We're like Peter Pan. We just gotta wait for an unknown signal. We'll go get it. Oh! There it is. Our unknown signal. 4.5 kilometers away. Alright, we'll have to go grab that. Right now I'm trying to set up a control so we can make this thing squat. So it can squat and pick up the unknown signal with the magnetic plate on its belly. So I'm gonna finish that real quick and then we'll go grab our signal. Okay, so now if we got that set up, so now if we take control, we should be able to just hit 6. Yeah, there we go, and we'll do a little squat. We might have to get the tail involved as well. But I think that'll work. Okay, let's go get that unknown signal. It's very squirrely. It's very hard to control, and I'm not quite sure why. It keeps trying to rotate and twist on me. And when I thrust forward, it tilts up really hard. I think that's because I've got the tail at a weird angle. That kind of makes sense. You'd think the script that I put on it would be able to compensate for that, though. But no, it apparently cannot. We'll just go in nice and slow. I don't want to crash. It would be right on the side of a hill, wouldn't it? This is going to be a little tough to get, given that it's right on the steepest part of a hill. Especially if our vessel is trying to... Oh. What the heck? What the heck? We ran out of time, maybe? Oh, man. We'll just have to get the next one, I guess. Maybe I can fix this roll in the meantime.
Okay, nice. Just a little bit of roll override on one of my gyros seems to have fixed it. I don't know what caused the problem in the first place, but as long as I could figure out the problem, I might even add a little bit more. Oh yeah, that's much better. Oh no. Oh, our first encounter with an assertive. Oh, flying is dangerous. Okay, let's don't fly. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't be flying around if there's ladybugs and stuff. We got spotted. They don't seem aggressive, though. So that's good. Man, I got those overrides basically perfect now. Oh! Oh, another signal. Okay, let's go get this one. 11 minutes. I don't quite know the shape of my craft just yet. I put the camera directly in front of the legs. We turn off our jet, so we should be right on top of it with our thing. So now we can squat. Oh, I was already squatted. Okay. Can I lock? Oh no. Oh, I'm too tall. Oh, perfect timing. Another signal. I was just about to talk about the next iteration of the Dragonfly vessel. So it's all one grid now. I have removed the legs and the tail because just having multiple grids like that was too complicated. You know, I should have followed, like, engineering rule 1, right? Keep it simple, stupid. Which I did not. I was the stupid one in this case. But I love this ship again. It's great. It's easy to control. I love that it can park, like, anywhere. Like, check out where I've got it parked. That's so awesome. I think that's so cool. I love the wings. I love the way the design worked out. And, like, yeah, keep it simple. The design is great. It's one static grid, or one dynamic grid, I guess, but it's one grid, so it's easy to control. It runs well. I don't know. I guess it's not technically one grid because the wings are separate grid, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I've got ambient lights. I've got navigation lights, which I think I'll use navigation lights in my flying craft. You know, we're trying to do this construction industrial theme kind of thing, so we'll keep with that. I did actually leave the green eyes. I like that. Yeah, it's a pretty good ship. Here, let's pull it down. We'll go grab that unknown signal with it. Here, you know what? Let's do it like this. Let's remote access the Dragonfly. Let's turn on the thrusters, unlock the thing. We need to come out. Oh, it's locked again. We need to come out. I'm still trying to get used to the controls of it. And its tail is a little bit unwieldy. But that's fine. It looks, you know, it's an aesthetic choice. Man, I love this ship. It's so cool. I do have downwards thrusters, specifically so that we can land sideways like I did. I really like that. I got the blinky aviation lights. You can see they blink. They're not very bright, but they are bright enough that you can see them. Space Engineers did an update, so I had to reload. Hopefully the signal's still here. Yeah, it looks like I can see it. Nice! I mean, we could have walked to this one, but it looks like it's one of those annoying ones with the thrusters, so... no, it's actually not. Okay, let's see. Can we pick it up? Here we go. Now our camera is in front of the pad. Locked onto it. Oh my god, we got it! Yeah! Guys, I don't think you understand how excited this makes me, how freaking great this is. This is exactly the purpose of the Dragonfly. Oh man, this is awesome. Okay, let's just drop it here. And we'll hop out of our chair. Oh, it's so good! It's so freaking good! Okay, let's get the signal. Badger welder, nice. Good job, Dragonfly, I'm so pleased. Okay, so the only complaint I have so far is that I've got 4 thrusters facing backwards, right, for forward thrust. But I've only got 2 braking thrusters in the front, so it can get out of dodge really quickly, but it doesn't really stop very well once it's out of said dodge, which isn't necessarily a problem. I think that's fine. We might revisit that later, but for now, I'm just going to live with it. I think that's perfectly acceptable. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of the Dragonfly drone. I personally am really happy with it, but what do you think we could have done differently? How could we have made this a better ship from the start? Is it cool enough now that it's significantly more simple? I like it, honestly, but I think we could do better. Let me know what you think. But until next time, stay dangerous.